too bright. Hey, Aries-Taurus. Welcome into your bonus. Your bonus reading here at Cusp of Roses on YouTube. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, Queen, thank you for being here. I do appreciate your guys' patience as well. And I am so sorry that y'all are in the deficit, that you don't got enough readings here. So we're going to catch up and get you squared away. I believe you have two that will come in this kind of mini series within the series. All right. And we are going to be sticking with the Angel Guide Oracle by Kyle Gray. Okay, that'll be our first oracle. Then, I did not pull a different tarot deck for you, which is fine. Is it fine though? Can't really think of another deck I would want to use in this moment. So yeah, we'll use the Radiant Wise again for you guys as well. And then we will use the Angels and Ancestors to get ending messages, okay? I hope that will make up for you not having all your readings here on the channel, but we'll get into that. I'm going to sound the singing bowl, all right, to clear and set the energy, and then we'll see what the cards have to say, all right? All right. Sorry, I had to adjust myself here. All righty, Aries Taurus. Let's get into it. Hey, Cece. Good to see you. Hey, Solar Moon. Good to see you, too. Hey, y'all. I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday. I know I am, okay? I was supposed to get this nail fixed this morning. Took my time getting ready. Ooh. All right. But anyway, I hope you guys are well. Let's get into it. Let's see what your angels and ancestors want to confirm for you, want you to pay attention to, want you to know. All right. And make sure you let me know what connects with you in the comments down below. All right. First card out is Sacred Plan. Ooh, your angels are up to something. Aries Taurus, they are up to something. Something that you can't know about. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, Sacred Plan. I feel like hush, quiet. They must not know. So this is something that you don't need to know for your greater good. All right, let's move forward. What else? What else, angels? What else have you been trying to tell here to Aries Taurus? Vulnerability and freedom. Okay. Okay. Now, this could also be that something that has recently occurred in your life has happened sacredly as a part of a greater sacred plan for you to access more vulnerability and more freedom within your life. It almost feels like your angels had to trick you into this in some way, shape, or form. What I'll say is the angels that walk with you here, Aries Taurus, they know you very well. They, of course, know you very, very well. All right, but whatever this sacred plan is, it was to allow you or to get you to access more vulnerability and freedom within your life. What else, angels? All right, our last one, holy love. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Aries Taurus. Out of love. Yeah, holy love for sure. So if you have ever spent a day, spent a moment, spent a second thinking that the divine, God, universe, nature, your angels, your ascended ancestors don't love you, don't care for you, aren't hearing your prayers, aren't paying attention, furthest thing from the truth. What they've been doing is executing this sacred plan, okay? Which reminds me of the Sacred Fool card in the Soul Rebel deck by Alana Fairchild. The Sacred Fool. So you could have been asking for answers from your angels and guides, and they're just like, I don't know. We'll see. I kind of think they are being a bit mysterious and a bit aloof with you here for purpose, but it's all out of love. Some of you also need to be more vulnerable and free in order to participate in some form of holy, sacred love. Something that was planned before you got here. Okay? Now let me scoot this up a little so we got room for the tarot. So what can Aries Taurus know about this sacred plan? Because I just heard we're working on it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's working. Whatever it is, it's working. Okay. Clarify the sacred plan for Aries Taurus. Ooh, sacred plan for success. And the sun, I know that's right. Joy, happiness, bliss, freedom. The sun brings warmth, right? But joy in an essence, joy in every aspect of the word. But success here with the 6, victory, the 6 of Wands. Working for your greater good, your highest good, exalted energy, crowned energy. So either you've been going through a battle, and although it might feel like, dang, you know, I can't put up this fight any longer. Or how much longer am I going to have to fight this? How much longer am I going to have to go through this? Or I don't know if I'm strong enough. It's all a part of a sacred plan. So I almost feel like there needs to be some form of surrender here in order for the sacred plan to flow. But it is ultimately for your benefit, not for your detriment. It's like the universe isn't working against you. It's working for you. But sometimes that can feel like the universe is against you because you're either not getting what you want, it's not coming in the timing that you want it to come in, or it's not looking the way you thought it would, or there's some sort of expectation that hasn't been met, but yet the sacred plan is still in motion. Like your success is still happening. So there's a little bit more of like openness, being open to holy love, maybe. Yeah, holy love in all of its forms. Not just from another person, but from your angels, God, source, universe, nature. Right? Your higher self, your inner child. Holy love. Tell me a little bit more about the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. The King of Pentacles. There you are. Yeah, this sacred plan is centered around you. To bring you into the 6 of Wands, the sense of victory, Mars and Leo energy. Or is no, the 4 of Wands is Venus, right? I think Mars and Leo is the 5 of Wands. Don't quote me on that, but Leo nonetheless, okay? So some of you could have a Leo placement, a Leo rising maybe. Could have some Capricorn in your chart with the 3 of Pentacles. But it's like the divine is making you work for something. Ooh. And whatever you feel charged to work on or work for or work with or work on, like within the self, build, grow, is ultimately going to lead you to some form of vulnerability and freedom within the self so that you can be a stronger vessel for holy love. So holy love seems to be a part of your purpose here. Part of the sacred plan for you to embody holy love or exude holy love or create holy love in some way. Okay, tell me about this vulnerability and freedom. The 6 of Swords. I just heard get your mind right. Gotta get your mind right, your thoughts together. Something in the mind has maybe been difficult to overcome. Just, yeah, the 7 of Swords, right. So what you are now maybe seeing are how certain lies, certain half-truths, mistruths, ooh, Ace of Pentacles at the bottom, yeah, have blinded you from what was maybe keeping you back, holding you back in some way. With the Ace of Pentacles, right? Your suit, your energy. It's almost like for some of you too, there's a mask that's falling off. And we all wear masks. We all have an ego. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a derogatory thing. Oh, someone's in a mask. No, we all have a representative. And I almost feel like there is this freedom coming in for you to be more vulnerable with the truer form of yourself. Because it almost feels like the reason why that true form of self isn't out is because there has been some sort of lack of love, or there's this fear of not being loved, not being received. It's almost like going through something and then looking back on it and being like, man, I was really like gaslighting myself around this situation working out, or around like, man, I can't believe I missed these flags. I missed those signs. Like, it's seeing hindsight being 2020. Okay, I kind of feel like we are a schmidget crooked. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now watch that actually mess it all up. Okay, yeah, no, we're good. There we go. I feel better. Okay. This is what I feel like is being cleansed from you. For some of you, whatever deception you might have had to deal with or work through was a part of a sacred plan. Again, it feels like they had to, your angels, your guides, your ancestors had to trick you into doing some sort of soul work here. Clarify the Six of Swords and the Seven of Swords with vulnerability and freedom, the King of Wands, and Temperance. Two kings here. This might be your true self. Fire and earth. Yeah. This would be that Aries energy. This would be your Taurus energy. Taurus might be the vibe that you've had to become, you've had to cultivate, you've had to grow, you've had to build, the Three of Pentacles, in order to find some sort of material success, some sort of notoriety, some sort of status here, okay? Who you truly are is the King of Wands. Not necessarily concerned with the coin, we should say. It's just not their element. Not that they don't have it, not that they don't get it. It's just not their focus. Their focus is the energy, the creativity, what's creating the coin. It's almost like being more in love with the creative process than the outcome. Whereas the King of Pentacles would represent being in love with the outcome. King of Wands being in love with the process of getting to that outcome. So the outcome, you know, the reward, the success, the acknowledgement doesn't really matter. It's the fact that I got to flex that creativity that really sings my soul. You know what I mean? Speaks to you. Speaks to the heart here. This could also be like a lens shift for people looking at you. Maybe they've always seen you as the King of Pentacles, and now you're popping out as the King of Wands, and that's like a little bit of like a different thing, but it is you being vulnerable and free with yourself. So no more hiding your creativity due to feeling like you have to be practical about something, or you have to be by the book, or you have to do something that is status quo or everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? It's like, what I would say, and this is no shade to either king, right? But I feel like the King of Pentacles would be more susceptible to following suit, like more or less fitting into situations, where the King of Wands looks outwardly like, do you know what I mean? Is more or less like leading what everyone else is doing. So maybe there's a part of you that is like, well, I did what was practical, I did what was reasonable, or I did what everybody expected me to do. That's you being the King of Pentacles. But then there's this part of you that wants to kind of be wild and free, and very much so fire-like. And just, you know, engulf everything. Just embody it all. And create and shift things and move things and tap in and just kind of lead the pack in a way. So maybe this is you emerging as a leader in some aspect. Maybe there was this kind of, I got to do the practical thing in order to get to the creative thing. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I did what was good. I built some sort of foundation, but now I have the means to explore my creativity, whereas you kind of had to work to get there, right? Some people are given that platform based off family, based off circumstance, where they can just freely pursue the creative flow of energy within them without having to worry about finances, money, stability, all of that type of thing. I don't feel like that's your story here. I feel like you had to build it in order to then provide that freedom for yourself. Okay? So pat yourself on the back if that's your story, because that's huge. That's major. Not a lot of people get to do that in a lifetime. Okay? And you got temperance at the bottom. Tell me more about this holy love. Hi, JP. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Tell me more about this holy love. You got the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, why the Five of Pentacles with holy love? The Eight. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think some of you have felt forgotten by God or the divine or your angels, like anybody there, anybody listening. Because, you know why? It's because you had to work for it. And maybe you were surrounded, or you've met so many people who didn't necessarily had to go through the hoops and the trials and the errors that you have to get to where you are. And maybe that's what it's like, well, dang, it looks like God has blessed them with all that. How come I didn't get it? You know? And that's normal. That's normal. That's natural. That's human. It's nothing to be shamed, nothing to be judged within the self. It's a very, very human thing to do. Okay? So you're just operating normal. But I do feel like there is this sense or feeling that you've been outcasted by love, or that you're separated from love, when in fact you are love. You're walking love. Everyone is. It's just a matter of you accepting that about yourself or not, or embracing and cultivating that or not. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about this holy love, walking away from the Five of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups, walking away from wish fulfillment. Or you've spent some time in that energy, and then look at the moon. So you've seen the sun, you've seen the moon now, with temperance in between the two. I do think that there might have been a period where you really felt like left out in the cold by spirit. And I think that you are growing into a deeper understanding around what the Five of Pentacles really is, because y'all will hear me say it on this channel so much. It's one step above the Four of Pentacles, which is really being super comfortable, right? In a comfort zone. You've built and you've grown that yourself. When you get to the Five of Pentacles, it's you asking for assistance from the divine. Okay, here's the foundation I've created. This is the direction I want to go in. This is where I want my energy, effort, and time to be poured into. Can you help? You know, like, all right, like, let's magnify that now. That's the step out on faith, the Five of Pentacles. And sometimes that step out on faith looks a little shaky. It looks a little wobbly. It's not sunny. It's not easy. You got to go through some things, yeah? And I think you have. But I think there has been some sort of resentment built up in the soul, or built up in the heart, towards having to. Okay? But I think you're getting through it. I think you're getting through it, because you got the 8 to the 9. And once you get to the 8 of Cups, there's no returning back. You don't go fall back to the 7, the 6, the 5. You can only head towards your 9 and your 10 of Cups. So that's a beautiful thing with this holy love. Maybe some of you have built such a beautiful life for yourself where love is the only thing missing. Someone to share what you've built with. Because one thing about the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, they're both very generous energies. Despite popular belief. And that's my opinion, and that's okay. You don't have to believe that. But that's kind of what I get. Because these are both two sides of you. So it's almost like the sacred plan was to show you your own power. If that platform or that ability to just kind of freely pursue that King of Wands energy was afforded you early and you didn't have to work for it, things might have went a little different. So in order for the sacred plan to actually happen, you had to get into your 3 of Pentacles. You had to grow a skill. You had to build it from the ground up. Yeah. Heartbreak. You got the Three of Swords here. And that's what I mean. I think that did not come easily. I think you had to really maneuver through a lot. Got the Wheel of Fortune here as well. You had to maneuver through a lot. You had to experience a lot of betrayal. But again, I feel like all of this Three of Swords energy is kind of in the past. So it's like you're able to maybe now talk about it without feeling affected by it. And if not, definitely you're getting there. Continue to do the work that you feel guided to do to heal, okay? But as messed up as it sounds, right? That Three of Swords served you so well. Because again, I think had you not had to experience the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords energy when growing yourself, when building, or just trying to get yourself out there or get yourself established, you would still have, ooh, and this is coming in very strong and very clear, you would still have certain people around you, still connected to you, still people that you believed in, that no longer, that would have snaked you in the end, is what I'd say. They would have snaked you in the end. And that feels ultra specific for somebody here, okay, or a few of you. And I think your soul is getting to know that. I think in the forward consciousness of your mind, like you're getting to understand, like, yeah, I had to go through that because I would have carried them with me. I would have brought them in. I would have shared that with them. And again, I am a firm believer that sometimes there are blessings with your name on it that aren't meant to be a part of other people's stories. No matter how much you care for them, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you want to have them be a part of it, if energetically they're going to sabotage it for you, it's not going to come in, or it's not going to happen until you are in position for that to come through for you. Okay, so again, it's like as sucky, yes, as the Three of Swords is, especially when I just get this feeling of you've worked so hard. You've worked so incredibly hard. More than what people see, for sure. Maybe some of you make it look easy. Okay, but I think that Three of Swords really shaped you into who you are today, and maybe that's what you're reconciling, the you are today because of that Three of Swords. How do I accept that person? Because, yeah, it might not be who you want it to be. You know? It might not have been who you want it to be, but it is who you are. And that should be celebrated. Six of Wands. Okay, maybe there's also this thing of like feeling like you haven't gotten your flowers yet. Like there's been a lot of things that you've done by your own merit or with your skills, or just kind of overcome in general, had victory over, that maybe you feel goes unrecognized. Yeah, justice, unjust. Hasn't been fair. Interesting. Okay, tell me, period. I'm talking about some sort of truth here. Confirming something, you let me know in the comments or in the live chat if you're here with me. Yeah, so that's true. It's the Three of Swords that you feel some way about, that you might still have to work with the divine around, like the why, answering the why. Why? Because it was a part of a sacred plan. Why? Because, and I know we hate to hear that, you were strong enough to go through it. It was to build you in a way that your soul needed to be built. And that can be sometimes, again, hard to accept because of how painful the Three of Swords is. No one wants to believe that that pain is necessary, or that pain can actually be something good, something that's actually saving you from something worse. I think the one beautiful thing I'm feeling and sensing in your energy is you're starting to learn that that pain is temporary. It's not forever. And it only lasts forever when you hold on to it. So maybe there's a need to kind of check in with that. What are you holding on to that's keeping you in the energy of that Three of Swords? Yeah, you got the full energy, freedom. Okay. Clarify vulnerability and freedom and holy love. Page of Swords. New way of thinking, new way of looking at it, okay? Learning about the Queen of Wands energy. Now, we do have a true pair here with holy love out. It's almost kind of like you had, yeah, the Page of Swords, you had to see something a little differently. You had to see, or you have to see something differently in order to align with some sort of holy love that I do feel is external for you with the Nine of Cups here. This could be a relationship we're talking about, Aries, Taurus. What I'll say is, like, if you haven't gotten to the truth of this Three of Swords and its purpose in your life, then it's going to be hard for you to see someone who is absolutely your match as wish fulfillment. It's like it's going to be hard for you to be vulnerable enough and free enough to match with someone who mirrors you, the true you, not the fortified you, not the created you, but the real you. And maybe that's taken a minute to see or understand with the Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. With the Fool again at the bottom. So it does feel like there's an opportunity for a new chapter and a new cycle that you're moving into. That Fool energy is like an in-between space, right? It's not fully formed what's going to happen. I'm kind of still blind or still in the dark on the unknown. But I absolutely know that I'm not where I used to be. Don't really know where I am, just know I'm not back there. Don't know what the forward motion is, but here in the present, feeling good, feeling light. Okay? And then you got Judgment behind that. Right. So I almost feel like it is your angels and ancestors calling you out of this Three of Swords energy so that you can elevate your mind here in order to look at a certain situation for what it truly is. Again, maybe there's been some sort of illusion around it. Maybe there's just been resistance. Maybe the heart's just been closed. But it does look like you have a holy love that can manifest in the form of a partner here. Okay? And yeah, you got the High Priestess. Harness mystic power. That was the sacred plan. This was all to help you harness your own inner power, King and Queen of Wands. And almost break you free from some sort of mold that you thought you had to fill, be. That really isn't, it is you, but it's not all of you. Maybe this is you actually connecting with someone who you can create this sense of holy love with, that sees you for spirit, not necessarily for material. Maybe that's what's kept you from being vulnerable and free, is that everybody only looks for you for material. Looks at you as like a walking check in some way. Like, I don't know why that's coming out like that, but like, yeah. When there's so much more to you. So much value, so much power in your spirit. Okay. So I'm going to put the High Priestess back and let's ask specifically here. For my Aries Taurus energies, dealing with this energy or this situation, what do you need them to know about sacred plan, vulnerability, and freedom and holy love? Last ending messages for Aries Taurus. Fire Guardian, okay? Ignite your passions. Yeah, that was the sacred plan, to get your passions ignited. Again, something about your energy and your soul, you almost have to work for things because that's the only way that you're going to value it. And maybe that's a hard truth to look at. But it's like, if it's not igniting your passion, you're going to either get super bored with it, or you're not going to treat it right, or you're not going to care for it in a way. And that's, again, no slight, no shade to you, but that's just real. I mean, that's just it sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? I want to put the Fire Guardian over the King of Wands, because that's your true essence. So the energy of fire might be something you're really attracted to. Maybe some of you are pyros in a way, like me. I love fire. Love it, love it, love it. It's so beautiful. Maybe even like lighting candles, or looking into flames, or kind of like incense and things of the sort and such. Could be very beneficial to help you ground in this King of Wands energy. That is, again, part of you. Okay, what else? What other guidance do you have here, angels and ancestors, for Aries, Taurus, dealing on High Priestess saying, I'm out. Okay, period. I'm sorry. Oh, this is way too many. But I guess since it came out in a chunk, we'll leave it. High Priestess, we'll put it on Holy Love. Harness my mystical power. Okay, you got Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. They want me to put that there. You've got Direction Guardian. Choose your path. And Drum, Dream and Journey. Okay, journey is the sacred plan. Choosing your path is the power that you have. Wow, Star Ancestors out with High Priestess is kind of heavy, yeah? Following the voice of your soul would be that Page of Swords. And choosing your path is what's in your control. The power of choice. It's your free will. You get to dream your journey. That's interesting. I really do feel like that's like Wheel of Fortune energy. Some of you are feeling the voice of your soul telling you to harness mystic power, harness your intuition, harness the holy love that you have access to, and use it to ignite your passions and choose a path that leads to your dreams, following your own drum, your own rhythm. That, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the vibe. Where you've maybe been following the rhythm of the world, it's time for you to start your own beat. Okay, so music could be very significant here for you. And then you got Eagle, see it from a higher perspective. And that's what I feel like you are now being able to do. Where that was once very challenging, because I do think there was some sort of resentment. There was some sort of like, why? Why did I have to go through that? Why is it this way? And not being satisfied with what it's been for you, what this journey has been for you. So I do feel like your angels and ancestors want you to know that, of course, it's a part of a bigger sacred plan, that you are not lost, you are not disconnected, okay? Unless that's the path you've chosen for yourself, because we all do have that choice to either connect or disconnect. But if you are looking for something or an opportunity to come in that will ignite your passions, then follow the voice of your soul. Your soul knows the way to that. Okay? And cultivate the connection that you do have to source, because that's what's going to be your strength and your power as you continue to journey and dream. Yeah? So now you got that higher perspective, seeing it from a bigger view, which is going to then allow you with that vulnerability and that sense of freedom to be the fool, to start over, start new, start fresh, do something differently. Or just kind of be open to whatever the plan is and watch it unfold. So like kind of like a really nice detachment from the fleshy parts of the human experience and really sitting in your spirit while you're going through something, or while something's transitioning or shifting for you with that Wheel of Fortune energy that's coming through. Some of you, that's shifting you into a holy love type of relationship that will keep your passions ignited. You both are showing up in fire energy, okay? All right, well, that's what your angels and ancestors want you to know in the now moment. Again, like I said, you will have another bonus read before we get into the next round of astrology reads. So I hope to see you in that one. I'll also have some shorts out for you guys here soon, okay? I hope you will enjoy them. But until your next reading, Aries Taurus, I will see you then. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. You are subscribed to the channel. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know what resonated with you in the comments down below. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Namaste.